Why have you come? He said, I'm the Roy's son. But the great father. Then he said, Prabhash, his nephew, come here. This little boy wants to, Thakurer kotha sunte chahe. Look, all his hair was standing. But when he was going for his ICS, his grandfather took him to Swami Brahmanandji because he used to preach. He had treated Thakur, Pratap Chandra Majumdar. He treated Thakur cancer. So he said, they were talking about old times. Why have you brought this boy? He said, he's B.L. Roy's son, my grandson. He's going to England for further studies, but he doesn't want to get married and go. He'll marry somebody there and be a very orthodox. And he sings also, I hear. So Brahmanand Rakhal Maharaj said, you know any song that Thakur loved? He knew every song that Thakur loved. So he sang that song, Madhura Manam Kamara, Kali Padanir Kamara. And as soon as he sang, Brahmanandji went into Samadhi. For 40 minutes, Garbati said we were just looking at him and looking at each other. And he opened his eyes. And he said, Pratap Babu, let him go. Nothing will harm. Pull him down. Do you know what I have seen? I said, what have you seen? He said, I have seen that the grip of Thakur is surrounding him like a ball. No harm, he will not fall. Let him go. Then Dadaji fell at his feet and sobbed and sobbed. And he said, remember, grace involves responsibility. But first time when he went to Sri Aurobindo has written later on, which I have written in this book, that I knew you much before you came. This is a relationship that is not only of this life, we have been in many lives before, and I followed your career even before you came to me. But when he went there, he said, you won't be able to do my sadhana. It's very difficult. You have to give up everything to follow me, Sri Aurobindo said. Dadaji said, I am willing to give up everything except my music. He said, you can't bargain with the divine. If you have to give up music, yours is an intellectual seeking. When the call comes, that's his heart broken. But he at that time felt he could not give up music because music was his sadhana. Then he went away and he went to Calcutta. There somebody told him there's one Baroda Baba, Tantric sadhu, living in a village, Lalgola. And Nandita said, you come with me, let's ask him. So they went there. Who's this boy? He said, he's Dilip and D.L. Roy's son. Oh, great father. Why have you come to me? He said he went to Sri Aurobindo to be accepted. Sri Aurobindo said that, no, I won't accept you. Yours is an intellectual seeking. He said, sit down in front of me. And they sat down. Dadaji sat down, meditating. After a little while, he opened his eyes and said, it's not true. Sri Aurobindo has accepted you. He said, Sri Aurobindo told me that yours is an intellect. No, he has accepted you. He says, don't go to anybody else, I have accepted you. He says, how do you know? Maharaj. He said, he came and stood behind him and he told me. Dadaji said, you must forgive me, I can't do it. I can't be untruthful, I may have other faults, but I don't help her. I can't do it. He says, Sri Aurobindo came and said, मेरे पीछे आके खड़े हुए और कहा कि तुम जाओगे किसी के पास मत जाना, I have accepted you. suddenly, at the age of 25, I met him. That is.
Right, in Pondicherry or?
No, I was in Jabalpur, and I was very young, but there was a Robertson College there. They were having their annual function, and they asked me to come and preside over it. And they said the chief guest is one Mr. D.K. Roy. I didn't know D.K. Roy. I read Among the Great, but I think I didn't sort of feel that it was the same man. And then that day I couldn't see him. I had very high fever and little asthma. So I sent a note to him that I want to see you, but I can't come because I'm very young. Will you come and see me? So there was no answer. In the evening somebody said, Mr. D.K. Roy, Dilip Kumar Roy, said, but he's got a sadhu with him. So, ignorant that I was, I still am. I said, what have I to buy the sadhu with him? My husband came in. He said he has not brought a sadhu, he is the sadhu himself. I said, that's worse. He said, come out and see. He doesn't look like a sadhu at all. I don't know that. He said, if that's a compliment. When I told him later on that Munkraji said, come and see outside. He doesn't look like a sadhu at all. He looks like a king. Come and see him. So I came out. And as soon as I saw him, I felt that something that I was seeking, I would find now. I met someone who would show me the way. This is the way. I know. I asked Dadaji, what did you feel when you first saw me? He said, I felt nothing. I just saw an ordinary girl, that's all. I didn't feel that you're going to trouble me for the rest of my life. Anyway, so he asked me, why have you called me? I said, I'm in darkness, I want light. So he had such a wonderful sense of humor. He said, what light? There's light in the room, you want moonlight, you want candlelight? I said, no, I want the inner light. I have everything that man wants, what most men want, but what I have I don't want. I'm thirsty, I want something else. So he said, you come to me. I'm a sadhak myself. I can't give you guidance, but I belong to Sri Aurobindo Ashram. Mother and Sri Aurobindo are there. You come and take guidance from them. Have you heard of Sri Aurobindo Ashram? So I said, you must forgive me. I'm very ignorant. I've heard of no ashram. I don't know what is an ashram. He said, you must forgive me. I believe in sacrificing tact at the altar of truth. You are a very ignorant person. But come. So that was. And then when I came to him, he didn't accept me for a year. Sri Aurobindo and the mother were so kind. They were all for me. All the time telling him, we'll work on her through you. You are her guru. We cannot help her except through you. And after about a year or so, when he did, I went to him, but not with the same humility that a disciple should approach a guru. That used to say in those days, that's 45 years back. You have no humility in you. You are a very proud woman. This is not the place for you. You go back to your husband or your father. Ashram is not the place for you. You are too sophisticated. You must be simple. I said, whatever you say, I admit. I'll change. And if I don't bend, you break me. But I will not go there. I'll just cling to you till I become what you want me to become. And I started watching him and thinking about it and seeing. And suddenly all that I had read, it came to life. What I mean to say is not to praise Dadaji, but lives do change with contact with somebody else. We talk of truth, we talk of whom I'm lecturing to. I don't even know why I'm lecturing to. So when you see it living in somebody who lives what he preaches, everybody says so, talks so much, but very few people have anything much to say. So here was somebody who was not talking or giving advice, but by example, he taught us. And that is how my life changed. If it has changed, I don't know. That is perhaps a little different from most people. Is lighting something, 4 or 5 in this matchsticks I burnt. I couldn't light the fire at 5. So I was just doing this roll. He said, why are you wasting it like that? This is the mother's money here. And we have to be very, very careful. It's not right to be take a piece of paper, light it once, light the paper, and with that light your stove. Don't do like that. And he scolded me and so. And I thought to myself, for a little bit of light, or how to, small little mistakes that I make, what shoes to wear or not to wear, Dadaji takes so much interest, takes so much of his time he spends on me, teaching me, telling me what to do. How can I not arrive? I would be a very unfortunate woman. And then I always cried that I gave him so much love. I never, not once did I cry that he gave me so many scoldings. But I just look at him, such a great man who has so much to do in the world. For one lady or one girl, he would spend so many hours. Then he said, I've got it from my guru. Sri Aurobindo writes, a lot of my time is spent in solving people's quarrels here. श्री अरविंदो आश्रम में एक रूल था पहले, जब मैं गई तब तो मिल चुका था ये रूल ये था कि आफ्टर सनसेट कोई साधक किसी साधिका के साथ बात नहीं कर सकता था. नो साधक, मैन साधक who talk to a lady in after sunset. They had to go to their own homes and do their whatever they were doing. So one day it was reported to Sri Aurobindo, he gave the letter to mother, that there's Omyo Didi, old lady of about 50 or so at that time, C.R. Das's niece. And she was learning French from Nalanda, the secretary of Sri Aurobindo Ashram, at 7:30 in the prayer hall downstairs. Veranda prayer where everybody goes for Ma's lesson. So the mother was displeased with him. Sri Aurobindo also said, this letter has come for you. He must have felt very bad to have written back to Sri Aurobindo. He said, I shall certainly not. She wanted to learn a little French, and I thought that was a good time because she also lives in the next house and she came over. I was teaching her. But in Dilip's house, every evening there are girls and boys, both ladies, sadhikas and sadhaks, both till 9 o'clock he sings and they listen. Every evening. That's all he wrote. Sri Aurobindo said, Dilip, Nalini, Dilip like Shiva can take poison and become Neelkant. Let us not try doing it. I have got that original letter in his own handwriting. Sri Aurobindo. Then he wrote to that this that you see what the strong can do, the others should not try to copy. One man's food can be another man's poison. Then once he went up for darshan and came back, he was very sad. I was there. He said, Sri Aurobindo didn't smile at me. I see him once in 3 months and I didn't get a good smile from him. He wrote to him, I'm very depressed. I come here once in 3 months and you didn't even smile at me. So Sri Aurobindo said, I did smile, though it was not the radiant smile of the Tagore or the childlike smile of a Gandhi. Sri Dadaji said, Gurudev, I may not understand your supramental yoga, it may be too much for me, but that I don't understand the smile. In future, please smile in a way that I can understand the smile. Then he said, you know what the divine does for the devotees. Sri Krishna and Rukmini's coronation was taking place, and suddenly Hanuman appeared at the gate. And he said in Sanskrit, which I don't know, Janki Nath and Sri Nath, that means Sita's husband and Rukmini's husband is the same. Still my heart is given to Janki Nath, to Ram. So you must become Ram and she must become Sita and then I'll become. So Krishna said to Rukmini, it's very difficult, you can't go against the devotees. The divine is not stronger than the devotee. So they changed themselves completely and he lay down at their feet. So then he said, I know what you will say. Are you a devotee like Hanuman? That you demand like that? No, I am not a devotee like Hanuman. But look at our demands. He wanted the transformation of the complete body. I want just a smile. जब गुरुदेव चले गए पता है 1 अक्टूबर 1951 बोले कि मैं अपना प्राण दे दूंगा। मेरे गुरु चला गया, मैं तो गुरु के लिए जिंदा था और मेरे को जब उनके जीते जी मेरे को भगवान ने मिले तो पीछे मेरे को क्या आई डोंट वांट टू लिव और भगवान अगर नहीं मिले तो मेरे को ये जीवन नहीं चाहिए। 1 अक्टूबर उसके बाद मैंने देखा दादाजी बैठे में कुछ लिख रहे हैं ऐसे करके और पीछे से छोटे से गणेश जी आते हैं छोटे से और अपनी वो जो ट्रंक है क्या बोलते हैं सोम जो है उससे ना दादाजी के सिर के ऊपर टेप 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 दूध डाल। मैंने दादाजी से बोला मैंने ऐसे देखा। दादाजी बोले अब मेरे को किसी ना किसी तरह से जरूर गुरुदेव मेरे को कुछ ना कुछ कहेंगे। कैसे भी he'll convey to me what should I do, I don't know. Then he heard Gurudev's voice in his meditation. Dadaji didn't see him but heard him. I am with you always. Carry on. I put the burden on you. And I am with you. Some two or the other words. I got it written down. Huh? Oh, he was dancing. Yes, very. He's my guru. Yes. Now I can't disbelieve. He says, I know why it didn't come to you. I just 1 year I've been in the ashram. If it didn't come through you, मैं जानता हूँ. Guru knows that I'm a skeptic. I'd still say, maybe you just heard it. Maybe it was somebody else. This was Gurudev and to me directly. But never. This is only for you too. This message never said to him. I've said it many times. Dadaji never spoke about it. ये आर्किटेक्ट है जो थे गोल बोले तो मैंने सुनील आज बोले कितने पैसे लगेंगे मैंने कहा इट विल कॉस्ट अबाउट 35 he says 35 नहीं to make a stable you need 60,000 rupees 2 bedroom नहीं. This he told me in March 1958. Not 2 bedrooms, you'll have 6 bedrooms. My, you have no idea about money matters. ऐसी दीवारें खड़ी रह जाएंगी, कुछ नहीं बनेगा. And I said, I won't ask anybody. And दीवारें खड़ी रह जाएंगी तो मैंने कौन सी लड़की ब्यानी है कि मेरी इज्जत चली जाएगी. If he wants, we'll stay in one room at हरिद्वार. जिधर दादाजी ले जाएंगे वहां जाएंगे. But don't say like that. ऐसे इतने मान से आपने बोला ऐसे. जो जिसने सारा संसार बनाया है, एक मकान नहीं बना सकता बनाना चाहे तो. इफ इट इज राइट फॉर मी, ना से दादाजी के लिए सही, और अगर नहीं होगा तो नहीं होगा. ही विल नॉट बी फार फ्रॉम अस. उसके छाया में भी रहेंगे, चाहे पेड़ों के नीचे रहो चाहे महलों में रहो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. सिर्फ बात यह है कि जब घर में थे, शादी नहीं हुई थी, तो बड़े ही शेखी से बड़े मान से बोलते थे हमारा बाप इतना अमीर है, हमारा बाप लाखपति है, हमारा बाप ये है. I'm not saying literally, but yeah, that my father is looking after me so well, he has given me everything. शादी हो जाती है तो बोलते हैं कि देखो मेरा पति मेरी कितना करता है, मेरे कितना संभालते हैं, सब कुछ देते हैं, कोई चीज़ दुनिया की नहीं जो सामने नहीं लाते. अभी भगवान की शरण ली है और भगवान सब देखते हैं तो मुंह चुप करके बैठ जाना चाहिए कि हमको खाने पीने को नहीं है. ऐसे तो नहीं करना चाहिए ना. पिता तो है ना हमारा, जगत का पिता है, उसकी कृपा से ही सब मिलता है. यू अंडरस्टैंड माई पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. मनी इज नेसेसरी, बट Dadaji's idea was this. He said, very seldom you can get something for nothing. जिस वक्त तक भक्तों के ऊपर डिपेंडेंसी नहीं होती, आप बोलो हम भगवान पर डिपेंड करते हैं, आप देंगे तो भी भगवान का शुक्र है, आप देंगे तो भी उनका शुक्र है, नहीं देंगे तो भी ठाकुर देगा, जिस जैसे करेगा. फिर रिलेशनशिप, आई कैन टेल यू वेरी फ्रैंकली that Jagdish, this is not wrong, this is not right, you must do your sadhana this way, this meditation should be like this should be like this. मेरे को डर नहीं है तेरा नाराज होने का. जैसे ही मैंने तेरे से लेना शुरू कर दिया और नजर रही तेरे पैसे के ऊपर, नहीं बोलूंगी. बड़ी चिल्लाक होके बात कर. नहीं को आप तो बहुत अच्छे हैं, आपकी जैसी कौन मेडिटेशन. You see the attitude, I don't think it's falsehood always, but Dadaji's view was this, the attitude changes. That is why in 1950 at the Jamuna, at the Ganga Ji, Haridwar, so he took a vow. It is called Akash Vritti. Akash Vritti is like the bird. You don't ask for anything, whatever comes voluntarily you accept. That is all. But you should not tell of your need to anyone also. मैंने आप नहीं मांगा, शंकर से कहा तू बोलना माँ को 100 रुपया चाहिए. So it makes a difference. जरूर दादाजी कहते थे एटीट्यूड बदल जाता है और कुछ फर्क पड़ जाता है. One sort of, and he said very seldom somebody gives something for nothing. दे के कुछ मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. मैंने कहा दादाजी 1 बरस हो गया आपके चरणों में आए, आप तो मुझे कभी नहीं कोई ऐसे क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में ज्ञान देते या एडवाइस देते. संत तो इतनी बड़ी बड़ी बातें सब बोलते हैं, आप मुझे कुछ नहीं बताते. कहते हैं एक बात बताओ, मानेगी. मैंने जरूर. Advise you listen to me. I said yes, Dada. He said never give advice to anyone. जब तक कोई आप नहीं मांगे किसी को मत. Self advice is what in Hindi?
Yes.
रमा देवी जी उनको मिलने गए तो दादाजी से कहने लगे कि राधा जी की कृपा ना होने से आपको श्री कृष्ण के दर्शन नहीं हो सकते, कृष्ण की दया नहीं मिलती, कृपा नहीं मिलती. तो दादाजी तो आपको पता है कैसे थे, बच्चे की तरह बहुत उदास हो गए. बोले मेरा तो दिल कृष्ण की तरफ जाता है, इतना श्री राधा की तरफ नहीं जाता. मेरे मुंह से कृष्ण कृष्ण निकलता है, राधे राधे नहीं निकलता. और फिर मेरे को तो कभी भी नहीं दर्शन होंगे. क्योंकि कहते हैं श्री कृष्ण बहुत ही डिप्रेस्ड हो गए रात को। सुबह जब गए बोले इधर आओ, किसी से नन्ना बाल को सबको, दादाजी को, मासी जी को, विनोती भाई जो भी थे और एक दो थे प्रेम अंदर आओ। फिर अंदर बुलाए, बोले कल पता है क्या हुआ? बोले क्या हुआ है? व्हाट हैपन? कहने ठाकुर का मेरे को दर्शन हुआ, उसने बोला मेरे भक्त को तंग मत करो, सीधा मेरे पास आने दो, मैं दूंगा। Don't trouble my devotee. Let him come straight to me without the intervention of Radha, and I will be. Then he started worrying. Then I suppose Sri Ramakrishna will say, you come to me through this or that, Swami Vivekananda or Ma Shardamani, Dadaji had met. And I can't do it through other people. My heart is given to Ramakrishna. And then after he said, Indira, I've had a beautiful vision. I saw Sri Ramakrishna, he said, you can come to me this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Always come to me, but you come to me straight. He put his hand up and he was dancing all over. When it started raining first, Dadaji had a chronic bronchial sort of trouble, always coughing. So bad for his singing. But the doctor said he must never get a chill. So he said, Indira, when the first rains come, you are not to stop me. You can join me if you like. We'll bathe in the rain. I said, I'll get asthma. You bathe in the rain. And you are not doing it either. He said, that I don't know, don't dictate to me. Let's see what happens. And I didn't realize I was also praying. 2 or 3 hours past, somebody told me, the guy who was cooking the food, he said, aapko pata hai, I had gone out from the road, I saw Dadaji is dancing on his own terrace. बारिश में भीज रहे हैं ऐसे करके गोल गोल घूम रहे हैं टेबल पे. So I ran from there, I went up, he had locked the door from locked the door and he was, so I went on that terrace, I said, Dadaji, what is it, come along. Now how will you catch me, take me in? So I climbed from there up. Those days I could climb. I climbed up and I went there. I said, come in now immediately. But he said, you are spoiling it. Like, what have I said to you? Poor old man, I'm here dancing to my Lord and to the rhythm of the rain. How beautiful it is. Instead of joining me, you're gagging me, taking me inside, forcing me to get well when I don't want to get well. Daddy said, what did you see? What happened? What did she say? What did Meera say? Have you heard the song? So I said, what did you see? He said, I didn't see even the Lord stop not. I didn't even see a lizard's tail. I don't see things like you. God is only kind to you. I don't have visions. And I said, please tell me that. He said, no, first you tell me. I tell him I saw this is what. Dadaji, what did you say? Why should I tell you? Are you my guru? That's my privilege. She said, call me. Shall I go there? I said, no, I'll call him. You sit here. Wait a sit here. I called Dadaji. This lady has come. She's known you since your childhood. And Dadaji said, please deal with her. I said, no, please come. So he came. And he was very happy. She was very happy to see him and all. And after 5 minutes, I said, then I go on. She got up. She said, Dada, I've got one special request. Didn't hear him here. tell him. She said, you tell him. I said, no, I won't tell him. You tell him yourself. So she said, my request is that my granddaughter, my grandson's wife, has no child. Please bless her that she has. I said, no child? Ami ki bhagwan ko baat brahmachari. Where can I get a child for her? One is a great saint, Krishna Prem, who's passed away, Cambridge Dawn, Dadaji's dearest friend. He asked me a question in Lucknow. How do you feel about your thing? He said, I promise to tell you how I feel, but you tell me first because you are just a beginner, I suppose you know that. I said, what I was saying again in my heart while singing, if I make a million mistakes, unforgivable mistakes, the world may forsake me, the world may leave me, the world may condemn me, the world may have nothing to do with me. It is possible that my mistakes, my sins may reach such a point that even the Lord says, that's enough. That's enough. You can't do anymore. You are a lost soul. You have to wait. But my Guru will never forsake. My Guru will never. Whatever may happen, even if the three worlds come or go, he will stand by me. There is that poem. What love is this? On the 3rd of September 1954, I was nearly dying after that attack, 21 days of asthma. And Dadaji was praying all the time, Lord, give her 10 years of my life, but let her live. And that morning at 3:39, suddenly something descended in him. And he prayed to the Lord, भगवान को प्रार्थना करी कि मेरा तो इस पर कोई हक नहीं है. I have no claim on her. Why should I ask him, force you, persuade you to give her, do something for her? You love her more than I love her. I wanted her fulfillment as a guru, as she had turned to me as an instrument to lead to you. And I give her, you had given her to me, and I give her back to you today. If her time is over, it's your way. And I turned the corner and suddenly got on it. And he heard the voice. Dadji used to hear voices. He didn't see very many times. But his hearing was very, very, very much more evolved. He heard the Lord's flute for years, day and night playing. Then we were told by a very great saint that only in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time it had happened. He was hearing the flute all the time. 17th December 1975, upstairs he was meditating in the evening, and I was here sitting and meditating. And suddenly Dadaji said, Indira, Indira, Indira. I ran up, I didn't know what had happened. He was dancing. And he said, come along, dance. And so we were both dancing around. Both of us. So he said, Indira, I've heard the Lord's flute. And he was so happy, so happy. And he said, it's about 10 minutes back, I'm still hearing it. And he could reproduce what he heard in his voice. It was not Indira, it was Dadaji. It was so, he said, it's so exquisitely beautiful. After that, day and night he was hearing. Even the last day I asked him, are you hearing the flute? Very clearly. And
You told Dadaji that if I hear one note,
So I used to tell him that Dadaji, what tremendous grace is on you. You hear it all the time, the flute, and yet you can control yourself. You can be yourself, do your work, and hear the flute. Why hear the flute? Even for a few seconds, I get mad. Yes. सुध बुध सब खो जाती है. And I'm hearing it with every pore of my body. I feel my whole, I'm just one ear, from inside my heart, from inside my ears, inside my whole, I hear inside, outside. I get mad. And that is it. Don't blame it on the flute. You are mad and poor flute. Don't blame it on the Lord's flute. You think you are not mad when He is not playing the flute.
पार्थ नैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते नहि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति.
I don't know why he was writing this again and again. He wrote it on my hand once. Then he was writing in the book, in his diary, he wrote Gita, he was translating it. He said, I wrote this. And the doctor came once and he explained to him all this. It means, see Arjun, that person who is devoted, who is true to me, neither in this world nor in the next will he come to grief. And neither in this world nor in the next, Durgati, he will not come to grief. His last words were, wash my hands well. I said, I've washed them, Dadaji. He said, no, wash them well. I have to touch the Lord's feet today.
Did you say that?
Last words. He said, why are you looking so sad today? I said, I'm not sad. Death is not a tragedy. A life wasted is a tragedy. You think I wasted my life? 2 days, 24th, Palkiwala was there, he came, and Dadaji had just got up. Said, I have passed through the valley of death and seen him face to face and experienced the great bliss all men desire. He said, write it down, did he write? I said, no, I don't want to write down. He wrote down. He said, Indira, will you do me a favor? I said, what is it? Just a few days. Don't make a cult out of me. Don't make me into another god. We have lots of gods everywhere. Let us remain devotees. I don't want to be known even as a sadhu. If you want to tell people who is Dadaji, he is a truth seeker. I've always been a truth seeker. That is enough. Don't make a cult. Disciples always make a cult of the Guru. He is God, nothing of the sort. मुझे कहते इंदिरा मैं एक बात कहूँ, will you listen to me? मैंने कहा जी दादाजी आप बोलिए क्या बात. बड़ा मत करना मंदिर, बड़ा मत करना आश्रम को. बहुत आश्रम है हिंदुस्तान में, अच्छे से अच्छे साधु बैठे हैं, बड़े से बड़े भगवान, और सब अच्छे अच्छे चल रहे हैं. There's so many ashrams, big ashrams. Sri Ramakrishna mission is there, Baba's ashram is there, Anandamay. So many ashrams. इसको छोड़ता ही नहीं. 5, 10, 15 लोग जो जितने आते हैं, जिन पर नजर रख सको, जिनको देख सको, जिनकी सोने जागने की तुमको खबर रहे कि दिस इज व्हाट दे आर डूइंग. बाहर रहे तो भी तुम्हारा कांटेक्ट रहे. यू आर इन चार्ज ऑफ दैट. धोखा मत देना अपना बना के. Did I make sense to you? He used that word. धोखा मत देना अपना बना के. गलती कर रहा है तो बोलना उसको ये गलती है. डरना नहीं कभी. साफ बोलना उनको. और मैं तो किसी को बोलता ही नहीं, so I don't worry. It is a day of gratitude rather than a day of sorrow. Because 1918 mentality left in his body. I said to myself, I thought about it and I said, it's not a day of sorrow after all. Sorrow means a silent complaint of what you don't have. Depression is a silent complaint against the divine, against our dear ones. Really, if you think here, really, it means I haven't got what I should have got. Am I clear? What I mean? But that is not the highest love. The highest love is to say that I took you for granted. And so little things that are on the surface become so important that the real thing one misses. The real love, the real nobility, and so many good points which later on, a little too late, they come. So today we remember and say, we are grateful to you. We took you for granted, but we are grateful now. As time passes, things become more clear. And I said, I'm grieving as if I'm eternally staying here and the others have gone away. They've gone a few days earlier, we'll follow a few days later. Nobody's Ram gayo, Ravan gayo, Jaco bahu parvar, kaho nanak sthir kuch nahi, sapne jeev sansar. Ram, the greatest of human beings, the greatest of men. After all, Lord did come as a man on this earth, does come. He had to leave the body because he came as a human being. And Ravan supposed to be at that time and the king of the Asuras, he also had to go. Everybody, Ram gayo, Ravan gayo, there was so much that the people thought they were eternally here in the body. Kaho nanak sthir kuch nahi. Look, it's a wayside in this world. Anyone who comes and goes away. So all that is expected of us to play our parts there. We have come here, the Lord has brought us here not to be unhappy and not to be happy either. The object of our life is not just to be happy. The object of our life here is to grow. Sometimes we grow through joy, sometimes we grow through a little pain. Pain is also perhaps necessary. The Yatra says pain is the hammer of God, sculpturing man to greatness. They are not his sculpture. I don't know. Perhaps it's not quite honest to say I agree, but the sculpturing is all so far. So, and what is the best way that we can help or we can be of any service to them? Do they need us? No. But one thing they need, that need is the prayer. Because they also have their attachments. They also love us as long as they are in this earth consciousness. And for them to see that we are weeping and groaning and this and that and grumbling, makes some full stop. This I have experienced 3 or 4 times from those who have gone beyond the earth. But prayer says, prayer is the only thing that clears the atmosphere. And if we can sit together and pray today, all of us together or perhaps alone in our homes. And it's the only service we can do and say thank you. Abide with me. Fast falls the evening time. The darkness deepens, Lord, with me abide. Change and decay in all around I see. O thou who changest not, abide with me. Be thou thyself before my closing eyes. Shine through the stars and lead me, point me to the skies. Heaven's morning breaks, earth's vain shadows flee. In life and in death, O Lord, abide with me. One of the most beautiful hymns ever written. That is one of his favorite hymns. This one and Oh, my everlasting portion.
More than friend in life. More than friend in life to me.
More than friend or life to me.
All
All along my pilgrim journey, Savior, let me walk with thee.
Close to you.
Close to thee, close to thee.
Not for you.